Hello internet, welcome back to the channel, and here is my penguin desktop. And let's start with the most penguin thing we can do is open the terminal and do fast fetch. So this is the default terminal of the Ubuntu. I do have my handy dandy work terminal. This is my favorite terminal, but I do like their default terminal compared to macOS and Windows PowerShell. This is more functional, I would say, look prettier and very customizable as well. Okay, let's hide those things and explore the operating system. Start with the workstation or workspace. Left side corner, if you click in here, you can see your multiple work window in here. You can switch between them using your mice or keyboard shortcut, which is super alt left and right arrow keys. One thing I want to mention in here, penguin user like to use keyboard shortcut more than using their mice. So for almost every action there is a keyboard shortcut, or you can make a custom key binding for your access. All right, let's see now the second things, which is date and calendar. If you click in here, there is a notification bar in here, which is handy. I would say every operating system should have that. Default in here will be clock and date, is super useful actually. Left side corner will have our control panel. In here have your standard things like the setting bar, power, lock, volume rank, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, everything. Beside of it, you will have your currently active application which running background. So for me, it's right now 3 app running, kind of like Mac operating system. So let's take a look of the app bar in here. So app bar, we can see there's a few things. Normally in Ubuntu operating system default, the app bar is a left side corner. But I get so used to with Mac and Windows, so my muscle memory kind of prefer to have in here, and it's look good also. So let's take a look of the shows app in here. If you click in here, you can see all the apps have been installed in your system. You can access the same functionality using the super key in here. You press super key double time and you will able to show all of your application. Super key is a Windows key from your keyboard. So every time I mention super, that means I'm representing the Windows in your keyboard. All right. Speaking about application, in Mac OS and Windows, we can have the Spotlight and Raycast for universal search, and Raycast actually available for both operating systems, so it's very handy for universal search. But unfortunately, Raycast not available for any Penguin operating system, but they do have a default search engine. Like if you click in here and if you able to see, this is a search bar which is work as a universal search engine actually, but I like to have index search bar. So I did some googling and find one U launcher actually pretty functional. Well, it's not as functional as like Raycast, but it can make your job done. One really good thing about any Penguin software is most of them are open source, so you can develop your own functionality over there if you want to. Even example, you launcher have this extension and you can add on your own extension. You can see this is actually a GitHub repository, so if you want to have some specific feature, you can write a code for that and you can use that on your system. Currently I'm using two of the extension, which is this one. None of them I develop actually, but those are very fun to use. With this extension, I can just quickly shut down my PC. And another one is empty trash. You know what is that means? You can just quickly empty your trash can from your search bar, which I use the most of the time. Trash, empty can in here, all of my terminals in here. This is the obvious, I'm recording the videos in here. Those are actually currently active app, so this open in here. So if I want to quit the app, let's say I want to quit, I can, it's gonna be disappear from here. All right, so let's take a look of this application in here. This is the resource, so I can see what is happening in my PC, what application using how much resource for my system. So if I want, I can kill the app from here and can see my processor, memories, GPUs, how the performance going on over there. So pretty useful. So I keep in here. Then my code editor, which is BS Code. Then my custom note application, which is open source. Also, I make a full video about that. If you guys want, can take a look. Link will be in the description. Then in here, App Center. If you click in here, this is a app store for the Ubuntu operating system where you can download application. But mostly Penguin user prefer to use terminal, install or remove anything from their devices. Actually, pretty much all the necessary app you will get from here, but not everything. I think up until now, you notice one thing, I'm using a lot of keyboard shortcut to opening my terminal and different applications. So let's take a look how you can do this. You can go to the setting, and now you can go for the keyboard, and from here you can go to the view and custom shortcuts. You can do all the customization in here: app launching, screenshot, system, even your custom key binding in here also. Like my U launcher, I'm using super and space key. My terminal, I'm using super and W key. For my mail left, I'm using super and G key. The mail take a little bit of time to open the in the system. It's actually not for the operating system, but unfortunately when I'm using the OVS, it's a little bit lag sometime. Okay, if you want to quit any application, it's kind of similar to macOS. You can press the super and tab key. It will be pop up all the active apps, and you can press super and Q to quit those application from your system. I will say Ubuntu operating system will be very balanced for beginner level Penguin user who can actually utilize the keyboard for the terminal use, and also the GUI for their mice use properly, especially if you're coming from Windows and all. If you are a graphics designer or video editor, Penguin operating system is not ideal for you. Yes, there is a GIMP and some video editor available. I also tried, but unfortunately, those are very laggy and not really ready for professional level use. So let's wrap up the video. If you guys have any feedback, let me know in the comment section. If you want to support me, sub to the channel, it will be very appreciated. Thank you for watching.